All right, let me give you the solution for this exercise. So what I want you to do was to implement this method. Select customer by ID, where you get given an ID and then you try and find the customer. Now, this right here is almost the same as we've done with select all customers. So let's just take this and then put it here. But what we are missing here is where, the where clause, ID equals to, and then question mark. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this right here and we're going to paste it here. But what we can do now is we can say dot and then stream dot and then find and then first, just like that. And we are good to go. So if you want, you can put this on a new line like that, or just leave it like that. So to be honest, this is it. So we basically select everyone. Basically, this query will give us someone, right? And then we try and stream, and then we try and find first. The reason why we are streaming here is because this will return a list. So if you look into the query method, so if I say query, so query gives us a string, but we could also use query for object. Now, the reason why I'm not using query for object is because this will throw an exception. So throws data access exception when there's nothing in there. And you can see that what it's actually doing is it's using query behind the scenes, and then it tries to see whether it's a single result, right? So basically what I'm doing is I'm doing the same thing as they're doing here. So this is the JDBC template, by the way, the class, the official class. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the exact same thing that they're doing. So with query, but then I add a stream and then find first, because our method, remember, returns an optional. Now, if I restart this and then go to Postman, and before, remember 16 was not working. So it was saying 404. But now if I send the request, I do have a bad SQL grammar. Oops. Let's try and fix this. And the reason why this is actually not working is because of this question mark. So I forgot to pass in here. So I forgot to pass the actual ID. So ID. And if I, basically these are the arguments, right? So the same thing that you saw here. So where was it? The insert. So here, insert with these question marks, we have to pass the arguments here. Is the same thing with this method called query. Now back to Postman once more. And hopefully this time it should work. There we go. You see that now we have one single customer. If I send, let's say 100, I know that there's no one with 100. And you can see that this is now a 404. Let's try 1. So we've got someone, Alex, 2, nobody with 2. That's correct. 3, because I think before we were using a sequence and we fudged the sequence. 3, we've got Alex there as well with a different email. 4, Jamila. And basically, if I say 7, we should have someone there. So these are randomly generated. And we've done it. If you have any questions on this exercise, please let me know.